Hey everybody, we're back and we're going to do a little quick music theory lesson, a little how it applies to your guitar really fast, and I'm going to teach you a really cool lick and how to use all these things. So let's talk about building chords first. Chords, either major or minor, can have, basically to be a chord, it has to have three notes in it. A root, a third, and a fifth have to be present in some way, shape, or form in that chord. Now on the piano this is easy to see, but on the guitar it's not quite as easy. When you play, let's say for example, an E minor chord, you're playing three notes. Even though you're playing a couple of them twice in different octaves. You're playing an E, a B, another E, a G, which is the third tone, a B, and another E. E, G, B. And now if you went alphabetically, that would be E, F, G, A, B in the musical alphabet, because it's only 7 letters in the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But in this case, you're using E, G, and B. The root, the third, and the fifth of that chord. E, G, and B. Now, you can add what they call extensions to that chord, which is when you see, like in a piece of music, you'll see a tone that says, like, E minor 7. Like, ooh, what does that mean? Well, it just means we keep stacking those tones on top of each other. E, G, B, D. So to get an E minor 7 chord, we gotta get a D in there somehow. Now some people use their pinky and play a D on the 3rd fret of the B string. Other people just lift up their 3rd finger and make that tone so that you can hear the color that gets in that tone. We can go even farther and we can stack more tones on top of there. E, G, B, D, F. Sharp, because in G and E minor there's an F sharp, so we can add an F sharp to that tone. Now listen to the cool color we get out of that chord. Kind of dark and mysterious, but I love the sound of the 9. It really makes a great sound for a lead guitarist too. Really nice. And we can continue on, and we can go E, G, B, D, F sharp, A. We can add an A to there and get a cool. That'll be an 11 sound. Rock music, those aren't as common, but that's a little music theory on how chords are built. Now, let's talk about major and minor chords too, because I was playing E minor. Well, E major is a little different. Instead of a G, an open G tone, you all know this because you play the guitar, you play the 1st fret with your 1st finger, which is a G sharp. So a major chord, that happy sound, has a raised 3rd. Open G, right? That's just a basic chord theory lesson. Now, what I'm going to do here for a second is I'm going to represent these on the fingerboard of the guitar as an arpeggio. An arpeggio are the chords, the notes of a chord played in sequence rather than all together. So, like in the case of an E minor chord, we'd be able to play E, G, and B. E, G natural, and B. That's the 7th fret on the A string, D string 5th fret, D string 9th fret. Yep. Minor chord. Well, raising that to get that major sound, we're just going to move that 2nd note that we're playing, the 3rd of the chord, up to there, to the 6th fret. G sharp and B. Minor. Now, the cool thing is, what I think is the cool thing, is that you can add, so if I went across that minor chord that I was just doing, when I showed you E minor 7 a minute ago, with the D in it, well, there's that tone. Now that's a little awkward, but I've kind of come up with a cool way, and I think I learned this from somebody else a long time ago, and it's not my thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the minor 7 tone there. Now, that's important to remember that your guitar is sort of organized by octaves in a cool way. Like you have an E, this is a D, and a D. Right? So we go across the strings. Probably I'll play this like a power chord, just missing the middle note. It's an octave on your guitar. Now to go to the next string, you got to raise up a half step because of that the guitar is tuned differently. But so what I've done is I've taken that minor 7 sound and I've moved it down here instead, an octave lower. That's a D minor chord, D minor 7 or E minor 7. Now you can do the same thing for a dominant 7 chord or a major 7 chord. You can move these things around. Now I'm going to show you a couple of cool licks here in a second. But first I'm going to, I don't know if you're familiar with the song We Don't Need No Education, what is it, Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. I'm going to loop a little bit of that, like that solo section of that song and show you a couple examples of how this can apply to that section of the song. And I will talk over what I'm playing here real quick, okay? So give me a second. Okay, I've got a little loop of the Another Brick in the Wall going. And I'm going to show you kind of what I would typically do on this song when I had to play a longer solo. Just make it more interesting. Especially when I want to connect the areas together and play low to high and things. So I would play that's a D minor arpeggio. It's a 10th fret, the 8th fret, and the 12th fret on your. Then it's 12th fret, 10th fret, 14th fret, then 15th fret, 13th fret, 17th fret. Right? But I would add the minor 7th tone to that. So it kind of starts to sound cool and interesting, right? Something like that, okay? So that adds the minor 7 tonality into your solo. You can do that over an E minor or G minor. You just got to put it in the right position, right? What I found interesting, and this is something I don't know who told me this, but it was something that Charlie Parker would use. He's a saxophonist, a bebop guy that would use extensions of chords to make more interesting sounds. Now, if we take D minor and extend it back across things, so we get D, F, A, C, and E would become your, so that would be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So a D minor 9 chord, D, F, A, C, E. But if I start on the F, F, A, C, E, I get a major 7 chord. So without the root tone, this is kind of complicated, I guess, but it's really fun if you learn how to do it. It's a really neat way to approach guitar solos. If I take the root tone of the D minor chord out and just play the F, the A, the C, and the E, or the 3rd, the 5th, the 7, and the 9, I get essentially an F major 7 chord. And now F major 7 has, make sure I got the right thing on, has an interesting sound. Right? That's F major 7. There's a lot of other ways to play that chord. There's this. Well, that's F major 7, and here's D minor. And here's F major 7. They're pretty close, man. They're real close to the same chord. So if I take, and I'm gonna put this on the website, the F major 7. I'd like you to put this song on and jam to it eventually at some point and try it. I'm gonna actually probably not. I was going to do a couple different things in this video, but I didn't want this one to be long, so I'm gonna shorten this up really quick and show you the F major 7 video or arpeggio. There's your E at the 12th fret. So it would be the 12th fret, the 13th fret, and the next string, the 12th fret, and the 15th fret. And then you go up to the octave. You go up to the 14th fret, do 14, 15, 12, 17. And then all the way up here, 17, 18, 17, 20. Right? That's an F major 7 arpeggio. And if you play that over a D minor chord, get a pretty cool sound. I'm going to stop this for a second, then I'm going to play over that a little bit and give you an example of how I would use it. There's my loop. The beginning of the solo is pretty simple. I mean, everybody the D minor 7 arpeggio. Sounds pretty cool, right? That's the 7th note again. I would also add in the major 7, the F major 7 to that lick. So now you can hear me do this. So that's taking that arpeggio and linking me up to a higher point. Give some interesting tones. There's your D right there, which is kind of cool. Just an interesting way to approach some different sounds in your guitar playing. And I'm going to leave it at that for now. Put this video together and put it up online, and then I'll get a document ready that shows these things for you. Amp Online, keep playing. Just keep playing. I'm going to give you a lot of these little things over the next few weeks. Once again, the D minor 7 arpeggio. And you can do that backwards too, by the way. And the F major 7 arpeggio, very related. I'm going to explain why. Kind of a cool way to approach soloing. So we'll talk about this afternoon on when we get together online. So.